Good day guys! Hope you liked my last video, in which I've talked about the basic tools and the surprise she lit for the pointer pen calligraphy. Also, how to prepare a new nib and how to load the ink into the nib. Today, I'm going to show you the basic strokes for writing lowercase and the capital letters in Engrosser script. Before we start, I want to show you how I like to tilt the paper with a slant line on a 90-degree angle towards my body like this. This way, it helps you to write consistently on the slant. Basic strokes for lowercase letters. The first one is entrance or exit stroke. The number one calligraphy rule is thin for the upstroke and thick for the downstroke. We also call a thin stroke a hairline stroke. This one is an upstroke, so it requires no pressure to the nib. The stroke starts at the base line with a curved hairline glide towards the slant line, like this, very light-handed. Next is underturn. You can see this stroke in letters U, W, etc. Start with a squared top following the slant. Gradually release pressure when approaching the base line and follow with a thin upstroke towards the headline. The next one is overturn. You can find this stroke in M and N. Start with a thin stroke at the base line, make a round turn when approaching to the headline, and gradually increase pressure towards the base line and finish with a squared bottom like this. Compound curve. You can see it in N, H, etc. This stroke is a combination of an overturn and an underturn. Start with a hairline stroke. Gradually add pressure after you make the turn. The shade should be on the slant line. Gradually release pressure when it's getting close to the base line and follow through with a thin upstroke towards the headline. Oval. You can find it in A, C, E, etc. Start at the headline. Gradually increase pressure as you round the curve and release pressure when you're approaching to the base line and follow through with a curved hairline towards the headline. ascending stem loop. You can see it in letters F, K, etc. Start the stroke at the header line and gradually add pressure as you come down towards the base line. Keep the shape of the loop narrow and finish with a squared bottom like this. Descending stem loop. You can see it in letters G, Y, etc. Start with a square top. Gradually lighten the pressure as you come down towards the second descending line. Keep the shape of the loop narrow. Basic stroke for capital letters. Hairline entrance stroke for capital A. Start the hairline curve stroke at the baseline. Glide along and make a round curve to the right towards the second ascending line. Then, draw a little round dot at the start of the stroke. S-curve. This stroke is the foundation to many capital letters. It begins with a thin curved stroke. Add pressure as you come down. The shade or swell needs to be on the slant and end with the thin curved stroke. C-curve. You can find this stroke in capital H and M. You can create this C-curve with the imagination of a narrow oval, like so. Entrance stroke 1. This is the entrance stroke for capital letters C, L, and S. This stroke is like drawing a horizontal oval using a counterclockwise motion. Gradually increase the pressure along the curve and release as you make the turn towards the right top corner. Entrance stroke 2. This is the entrance stroke for capital letters B, F, etc. Start the stroke in the middle of the space between first and second ascending lines. Make a clockwise vertical oval, like so. Entrance stroke 3. This is the entrance stroke for H, V, etc. It is a compound curve that starts between the header line and the first ascending line. Hope you enjoy having your hand on pen and ink again. These are the basic strokes for the alphabets in Engrosser script. Practicing this stroke will also improve your skill in controlling thin and thick strokes, which are the basic skill required for all types of point pen calligraphy. Once you nail it, you can apply this skill into your own style. That's it for this video. In my next video, I'll show you how to write the word amazing. And from this word, you'll learn how to write capital A and lowercase letters M, A, Z, I, N, G. Until next time, be chill.